What's up, guys? It's your boy for here. I just wanted to share something very simple with you guys. This is all for the hustlers out there. Busy grinding on the daily, trying to get this paper, man. If you're watching this video, you're trying to sell something to somebody, man. You're in this tech industry, man, where you got so much competition, and you're just trying to get your game together, man. You're trying to sell software, you're trying to sell, interactive stuff. But anyway, man, simply put, this is a PDF document. It's basically for doing your tax invoices and your quotations and everything. And as you can see, it's basically designed, to be very simple to use. You can scroll through this thing, you can, bring up your price list, scroll through that. I've only got about like, two products here, hamburger and a salad. I'm not gonna go deep. You can hide all that, your price lists. You can scroll through your client list. You can come in, you can edit the stuff, man. You can add to your client list, whatever you want to do, man. Now, I will say with caution, I'm not gonna be this person that is gonna claim to be, this high level designer, this person, who knows coding and whatever, because the way that this thing works is that it uses JavaScript to run all these commands. So I would suggest learning a bit of JavaScript. If any one of y'all in the comments knows JavaScript, I think this thing will be quite easy for you to do. So basically, what do I have here? In order for this thing to actually work, I've got three things, right? I've got a database here, created in Microsoft Access, something very simple. You can see I've got about like four tables. My context, this, description of services, your products, and your unit prices. I'll include this database, in the description. I'll create a link so that you guys can download it. The other thing that I've got, obviously, is the template. I'll also, add it so that you guys can download it. And the other thing is that I need to, point out is that, you have the actual artwork. Let me see. I think I got it in PDF somewhere. Okay, this is the actual artwork. It's basically a PDF, and I created this using InDesign, Adobe InDesign. Like I said, I think if you can just give yourself about like just 3 days, just to learn how to simply drag and drop elements in InDesign. You can change, the layout of this to whatever you want. So after I created in InDesign, I basically exported it into a PDF. And the third thing that I use to create this, I call it dynamic invoice, as if it's so sophisticated, was Adobe Lifecycle. I used Adobe Lifecycle, to put this thing together. It's what allows you to create interactive PDF forms. I don't have it open right now. I'm not even gonna attempt to open it because, man, my laptop is so slow, guys. It'll probably just crash everything that I'm doing here right now. So that's what I used. There is a new version of Adobe Lifecycle. It's called Adobe Experience Manager Forms. You can actually download that for free, at Adobe's website. So yeah, I'll give you guys a link to the description to download all the stuff. So yeah, so I'm just giving this thing away. I'm tired of staring at these things, man. Creating all these things, keeping them to myself, man. So I was just like, nah, let me just give it away. You know what I mean? It's pretty dope. I mean, I think I took about around 5 days just to get it to where it's at right now. But I must say, I've known how to use Adobe Life Cycle Designer for about roughly 2 to 3 years. and in that 2 to 3 years, I probably only knew about maybe 40% of it. And then these past 5 days, I can comfortably say I know probably, let's say, 70% of it. The other 30% goes to JavaScript, like, oh man, JavaScript, yeah. So, yeah, man, this is for you guys that are developing, you guys that have got your own companies. You're trying to bang out invoices very quickly, you're trying to bang out quotations. You know what I mean? This is not a robust thing where you can, allocate it to a huge company that deals in millions every day. This is not for you. This is for that guy who's just making, your 1,000 rand, your 20,000 rand, or, if you're watching this from overseas, your $2,000, your $30,000, whatever. But yeah, man. So yeah, man, go ahead, download this thing. If any of you guys can make it better. The other thing you are going to need is what do you call this thing? Microsoft Access. Yes. Let me show you how to actually even create the link, because you need to create a driver for the database, to link the two, so that, Adobe Lifecycle knows where the database actually is. So basically, you just go to start, and then you just type in ODBC. Always choose the 32-bit, right? And then we're gonna go to system DSN. I'm not gonna explain any of these tabs because I do not know what they mean. But anyway, as you can see, I already have it here, IQ data 2, right? I'm just gonna, so if you're doing it for the first time, you're gonna say add, right? But I'm just gonna click configure, just to edit it, right? And then you're gonna, come to this window, and it's gonna basically want you to point to the database you actually wanting to connect to. And remember, our database is used in Microsoft Access, right? So you're gonna scroll through. I mean, you'll figure this stuff out, man. You're just gonna locate where your database is, if it's in your C drive or any other hard drive. And then once it recognizes the database here, you're gonna click onto the database, right? And then you're just gonna say add. The other thing, I know I'm missing something here. What is it? Okay, let me go back. Let me just say add. Yes, here when you say add for the first time, it's gonna bring you up to this, to this tab, and you're gonna want to choose Microsoft Access Driver, MBD. So once you've done that, it's then gonna bring you up to this. And then you're gonna do the thing, press OK, and then the drive will be installed. So on Adobe Lifecycle, let me just open it up once, because I know I'm gonna have a whole lot of questions after this. Just wait for it to start up. I'll probably pause the video and come back once it's loaded. Okay, at least. Okay. Alright, now I want to show you guys how to actually make the database, connect with the form. Remember, in our database, as you can see, all these fields here, right, are connected to this database. Here in context, if I go to the context tab and I go back to the form, every one of these things is connected to each and every, table, table with these fields in it. So for example, I'll just click on name, right? And in this field, this is where you can edit, the appearance of this text box and whatever. This is where you drag and drop stuff to create onto this form. But that's another video. But anyway, I want to show you how, this field, is connected to this name field in our database, right? You go to bindings, and then you click on select data binding, and then you're gonna go to where is contacts? There, contacts, right? And then there, name. That's how it's connected to this thing. That's why it brings information from Microsoft Access into this field right here, you know? So that's how it works. But now, before you do that, you're gonna need to actually create, the data connection in lifecycle. I'm not talking about, the Microsoft Access database driver. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about now lifecycle connecting to that database. You have to tell it to connect to that database. So what you're going to need is to go to the data window. Here we go, data view. So click window and then data view, and you see all these databases. I've already created all of these things for you guys, so you don't have to go ahead and create it from scratch or anything. The only thing that you're going to need to do is map the correct path, because you're not using my laptop. Remember, my laptop is using a path, from let's say C drive to my username for my computer, and then to the actual database. Your guy's laptop or computer has a different file path. It might be C drive uses John, or C drive uses Timothy, whatever it is. So when you guys get this template, you go to data view, and I'm gonna go to contacts again, right? So what you're gonna do when you've you know installed Microsoft Access 2010, it's only going to work with Microsoft Access 2010. Once you've downloaded Adobe Lifecycle Designer, or the new one, Adobe Experience Manager Forms, and you've got your database ready, you're gonna come in here, and you're gonna say connection properties. You're gonna click next. Leave this as it is. You're gonna click build, right? And in build, you're gonna click this drop down, and your database should show up here. It should show up, as you can see there, IQ data 2. Where's IQ data 2? For me, it's in my D drive, and it's here, IQ data 2. You remember, it's our Microsoft Access database. So that's where we're basically remapping it. You know what I mean? So you're gonna click IQ data 2. You can say test connection, see that everything works, and you're gonna click OK. I'm not gonna click OK. I don't want to mess up anything here. And then from there, that's it, guys. I mean, you're gonna do this for each and every field here, each and every field. You're gonna come in here, start with unit prices, whatever it is, go next, click build, make sure your database is there. And the only way your database is going to show up here is if you created the database driver in Microsoft Access properly. Remember when I showed you the ODBC thing? If you do that thing properly, your database will show up here. So for each and every field here, just do that. This is just to tell the database to select, if it says select U1 from unit prices. So basically what it's doing, it's going into your database and it's selecting U1 there. See that field, U1. That's basically what it's doing. So yeah, ignore this. You can know it for knowledge purposes, but like I said, go into each and every one of these things and connect it properly. Like I said, this thing is mapping the database for my machine. So for your machine, you have to tell it that it's a different location. I hope that makes sense, guys. I hope I'm not leaving anything out. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this channel, man. I might just be giving away stuff out of free, things that I know. I might just talk about things that are happening in my life, man. I might show my face one day. As soon as I get rich, I'll probably do that. What else? Yeah, I think that's it, guys. I mean, if any of you guys, play around with this thing, can make it more robust, please share, you know, help people out. And I think you guys can make it more secure. Like I said, this is not foolproof. Sometimes there might be bugs, and you might just bug out and be like, "Damn it, the shit is not working." So that's why I'm saying that there's more experienced guys out there that can make this thing more robust. But yeah, that is my video, and if you guys want to subscribe, you can subscribe, man. But I'm not promising to put out videos each and every day, become a YouTuber, and I don't know. This is just for me, just sharing stuff, Um, if you want to donate, in order for me to create this content, I'm not gonna do Patreon or anything. I'll leave a link into the description to my Bitcoin address. You guys can send me Bitcoins. If you don't know what Bitcoin is, get onto that ish. Just know what it is, what it's about, how it's trading on the market, how people are trading it. Get yourself a Bitcoin wallet, guys. You never know, man. Might just buy a couple of Bitcoins and next year, man, you're a millionaire. You never know. I've heard stories about this. But anyway, yeah, guys, thanks for watching. And if you've got any questions, man, post them down below in the comments. Please no trolling, guys. Like, man, these trolls sometimes. Anyway, thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next one.